Welcome back to another episode of the Chaosium House RuneQuest campaign. I'm Jeff Richard, and I'll be your game master tonight. As always, I want to thank my players, Claudia Loroff, Linda Borgen, Richard August, Philip Glass, and Neil Robinson. I don't think we need to introduce everybody's characters because by now y'all should know who everyone is. And we're just going to jump in right from the last session. And the place we are is at the base of Blind King's Hill near Griffin Gate in the ruins of Old Pavis. You all were standing around the hacked up bodies of, I believe there was 6. Is that correct?
8.
There are the hacked up bodies of 8 zombies. You guys hacked them until they stopped moving at all. And Gina has been preparing a crude cairn for the dead people that you have. Dead person that you summoned the ghost of and interrogated. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, it was very important to get some information out, and then I released him.
Yes, and she's piled stones over the body so that she could properly prepare a corpse, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
So that's where we left things last session. What is your plan? Your High Lama in Kala is, I believe you spent a lot of magic points healing it. Yeah. It's still not a very peppy and happy High Lama because that it took a lot of damage from a zombie, if I recall. Is anybody else wounded?
One of the rogues, I would say.
Yeah. Phil John.
They were injured, but I healed him.
Okay. So
my High Lama went to 0 in the 4th quarter, but I healed it up 6, so it does have 6 hit points, but it's unhappy.
It's yes. Your High Lama is very much an unhappy High Lama, and you guys can see up above there is the hill, the Blind King's Hill, and you can see at the top of this hill, you can see the looming ruins of Blind King's Castle. You all may want to decide what you want to do. Do you guys wish to explore, press on further and explore the castle, go to the old Flint Nail Temple ruins, or sorry, the Flint Nail Fort, or do you all think that maybe you all should head back into the city again and recover and regroup?
We were talking about tracking their tracks so we can get all the equipment that's fallen off them. The bodies that have been dragged, that would have to be trackable.
I think that's a good start for sure.
And we were talking about going back. I'm open for anything, but the magic point support is kind of off at the moment.
I think if we track them, keep a distance from anything we encounter, if we can, and then head back. So we feel like,
I think you're being way too cautious there, Garen. I'm not scared of anything going through there. I can't believe you used all your magic trying to battle some measly zombies.
It's my duty to ensure your survival, Thane Nisk. And I'm not sure I can guarantee that with how little we know, and we spent a lot of magic to defeat some creatures we probably didn't need to spend that much to beat, but that's unfortunately the way of things.
So we would not go back that way then. We would go back along the river, right? Which is the way the other guys came.
Okay, so I'm showing the close-up. You can see where you are. Can you get everybody see the map of the Griffin Gate area that I've posted here?
Yep.
Okay, so just to give an idea where you guys are, you took the road I'm going to say that you're due north of Blind King's Castle, about right at the foothill of this. So you're about, you're maybe only about 200 meters away from the castle itself.
I have the Far C3 as my permanent spirit spell at the moment. By the way, it's still on.
Okay.
So I can zoom in, try to look. But...
Well, why don't you roll against? Two questions. What is the? Okay, so would you roll your scan?
Oh, it's so bad. I shouldn't have to roll my scan like ever.
Well, the scan is you have this incredible ability to see further, but that doesn't necessarily you're very observant.
I know. There's too many things going on around me. Ah, terrible dice. No, that's a fail.
Okay, well, you're able to see quite close, but you don't notice anything.
Yeah.
I'm going to share the screen one more time. Give me a second. The last thing I want to share is to give you an idea here of the bigger picture. So you see, you guys are at the base of Blind King's Hill, directly to the north. My understanding is your guys' plan was to go to this road here, and then Neil had suggested taking the central bridge.
I think that's the way they said they came across. So, because they came from up through Man Ruins and everything, Main Ruins.
Through the
Man
main
side.
ruins.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, what I will like you guys to do is I would like somebody to make a track roll. And with that, I'm going to slightly move this.
No, I am awful at tracking.
Well, Wahatal probably isn't.
Wahatal is probably very good at tracking. Let us have a look.
I have 15. I'm not good.
Jofar is quite okay at tracking too.
Well, what I'm going to allow is, I based on the number of successful track rolls, is going to give you guys an idea of how many various items and such you're able to find that belong to them.
Wahatal has 80 in track.
Nice.
Who does?
Wahatal.
He's not
because Wahatal is an Impala rider. I mean, he looks. Wahatal, exactly. The one thing that sucked for Wahatal, though, is, and this is something I'm going to pass this on to you, Wahatal noticed that whenever his favored technique of firing arrows at the zombies didn't seem to have a lot of effect.
Yeah, and that also reminds me, 2-1.
Wahatal is very upset about this.
He should probably invent new kind of, new arrows.
Wahatal rolls 46 against 80, so that's a success.
Okay, so Wahatal is able to manages to find a pair of greaves, Kirboli greaves.
Nestorius, she's actually really good at tracking. She's better than Wahatal.
Okay.
And her brother is pretty good too. 07, so that would be a special for her.
Very good.
And he fails.
Okay, Nestorius she got a special. So anybody else gonna roll? I'm just gonna.
Yeah, Simbal is at 50%, so he might actually see something as well.
Yeah, Cecil is at 30, so he'll have.
But he does. But he doesn't.
Jofar's gonna try as well at his 55. And he rolls a 53, so that's a success, barely.
Wow. So, basically you managed to accumulate the gear of these folk. There is two bronze broadswords that you managed to find. Basically they dragged when they dragged, the scabbards fell off. You find 6 helmets. You find a linothorax and probably 4 more sets of greaves.
Wow.
So it's just a lot of stuff. They didn't seem to care one way or another about any of the gear, possibly because they're zombies. Where you found most of this, and I'm going to share the screen again.
But that means the zombies were pretty fresh then.
You found most of them, if you see where this is, around the junction here. So basically a little bit north of the N in Huntland here.
Is this an area good for actually attacking people?
An ambush site, you mean?
Ambush, yes.
Looks more open than normal.
It's pretty open. This area here is a grassland, grassland and some chaparral. So if you can imagine, you guys are around a little bit north of the N. From what you can figure out from all these tracks is that the zombies came and approached them, and there was a skirmish.
Yeah, it sounds like they were being very careful and didn't spot that they were zombies or something.
But why are there 6 helmets there? They were only 2.
5.
Oh.
5.
No, 5.
Sorry, there are 5 helmets.
5 helmets.
5 helmets.
5.
And
I have great difficulty counting, but basically all of their helmets were left.
Where did the zombies come from? Can we see that?
Well, I want to first give you an idea of the territory here. It is storm season, so this area is probably pretty easy to follow tracks. I want 1 successful track roll on this.
I can roll. No, doesn't make it, despite an 85.
Shall we roll again, yeah?
Wahatal.
Nope.
Wahatal nails it, 35 against 80.
Good one.
Yeah, this is the time. This is the rainy season, so it's pretty easy to find their tracks. Yeah, in the mud here of this grass and chaparral. They came from Blind King's Hill.
Right. I imagine Wahatol's being incredibly smug now as well, given that Nestor
He
didn't manage to find these tracks. He's really got his nose up in the air.
Oh yeah, very much so. Wahatol, but Wahatol makes it clear that he considers zombies bad luck.
Oh, they're definitely terrible luck.
They're bad luck. He says he hopes that's not from where you wanted to go.
Well,
sadly, I think it is where we want to go. That's where the treasure is. But the advantage we have is there's 8 less of them.
He
Arguably
says
13 less because we killed. These 5 may have been going into zombies too, and we saved their souls.
Says Walking Dead. Never good. Never good.
That's true. Unless when they indicate the presence of a big treasure.
Says,
But it was along this road that they had found blood drained.
Yes, it was along this road that Wind Whistle had found blood drained.
Yes.
Claudia, would you humor me and roll a D100?
42, the answer.
It is the answer. I'm going to keep this up sharing for a few more moments, and I want you. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an orientation here. You got Blind King Hill over to the east. There is this weird series of channels that you can probably just make out because you're not very. If you look at the scale here, you're maybe about 200 meters away from the Puzzle Canal, which from here just looks like a giant sunken maze. And you can see the central bridge from here. And the central bridge, it's worth a description of these bridges because they are maybe this doesn't impress your characters, but to me, they are architectural wonders. And each of these bridges go, let me just get to the description here. The central bridge is made out of a single stone that arches high over the Zolafel River. And so each of these, they're made out of the same magical stone the giants used for the city walls. The bridges sparkle in the sunlight, and they arch high over the river, but they have gently sloping approaches for riding animals. The bridges are just barely wide enough for 2 carts to pass along, touching hub to hub. So you can get an idea that they are very big. And the other thing about it that Nisk can remember, because Nisk was there, is they are actually big enough for the giant cradles to safely go underneath. So these are these huge, I mean, it's almost, if anybody's familiar with the St. Louis arch that goes up over the Missouri River. It's this big arch that goes over. It doesn't look anything like the bridges that humans normally make. It really is an architectural wonder.
And these are designed for that cradle, right? That's the
They are designed for cradles to be able to go under. So let me know what your guys' plan is.
So the easy way is to just go back the way we came. But if you want to see the other places, we could certainly go through the main ruins and head that road down. Normally, nothing's really going to mess with us, I would expect.
I have to excuse myself for a second here. I'll be right back. Kids.
So, I mean, there's enough of us, and we look tough enough that I don't think anyone will mess by it. So if you want to go back through that area and see what it's like, because I don't think most of you have ever seen it, we could kind of do a tour on the way back.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Who knows whom we might.
So Jeff, our goal is to go. I think our goal is to go to do the Central Bridge, and then head past the Pavis Old Mint and in.
Okay.
And back into.
The other one to mention is giving your basic awareness of where things are. There's the Central Bridge that heads over towards the main ruins. Or if you head northwest, there is Zebra Fort, which is the center of the, that is where Argreth has a fair amount of forces.
Yep. Well, we could go that way too. I mean, there's definitely a number there. That's what the Lornans are too, right? And
the Lornans are in
of Argrath stains there.
So you tell me, do you want to go Central Bridge? I mean, that would be the scenic route.
Colbrast, you're new to this area. What do you want to see?
I want to have a look at the stuff here. So, we'll do the scenic route, I think.
The Central Bridge. We can do the other one next time.
I mean, we'll pass the Zebra Bridge as well. we'll pass, I don't know, by 50 meters or something, right?
Possibly. It kind of depends on where you guys go and what happens.
Well, that's true, yeah.
So this is part of the joy of doing a sandbox session, which this very much is. I just need a quick moment here. I'd like Claudia to one more time humor me and roll a D100.
21.
Okay, totally fine. One thing that I would like, I'm just going to point out is approximately every 10 minutes or so, I want a D100 rolled. You know, kind of just to see.
You try to make us nervous, do you?
Yep. Just to kind of get an idea for me of what might be going on here. So, you all head over towards the central bridge, and the main span upon this bridge here has always been contended ground in the ruins. Just to let you know, Nisk, could you make a Pavis lore?
Yes, success. No problem.
This is always the key location for the various dueling groups in or competing factions within Old Pavis. Sometimes the trolls take it. Sometimes human bandit gangs capture it. You know, during the lunar occupation, the Lunars tried to secure it, because if I'm going to zoom out here a little bit so you can kind of get a strategic appreciation. It controls the central passage between all the sections of the rubble. So you all are heading over there, but you're a big group. Up on the top, I'd like you guys to make a scan check.
Not from me.
Yep. Simbal did one. Success.
Okay, give me a quick moment here. There are folk on top of the bridge. There is there's a group of about a dozen people on top of the bridge. So roughly about the same size as your group, if I recall.
Mm-hmm.
You're about a dozen as well.
Yep.
They are not mounted. So you tell me what you guys' plan is.
What, can we see any markings or anything in the distance from them, on them?
I will
Incala,
only want Incala, can you make a search roll?
I'll try another one because I'm so good at these.
You are fantastic at these, aren't you?
I'm always fantastic. Everything about Incala is fantastic. Let's see. Yeah. You all should know that.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I'm sorry.
All round fantastic person.
Yeah. I just.
I mean, at least she doesn't always try to talk us into killing ourselves, which I think.
No, just directly towards
You
them.
see, I have charms. Okay. Yes, that is a success. For once. Should check that box. Yes.
Okay. These folk here, give me a quick second here to just quickly see if I find. Okay. These guys, men and women, they are wearing mismatches of armor and gear.
Surely
They
wolf
look
pirates.
what?
Surely wolf pirates.
They look like bandits. They've got that universally recognizable look of desperation and ne'er-do-well-ness.
So do they have like things down across the center of the bridge so people can't cross?
Correct. They are right in the center, on the top of the bridge. And you guys are at the base of the bridge. And they hail you. At this point, I will stop sharing. And one of them, and I'm going to describe this guy here, what is clearly their leader. He is a guy with a big belly, which is clearly a sign of being pretty prosperous. Big belly, scruffy face here, wearing a heavy cuirass that doesn't quite fit and has got a little bit of his belly showing at the bottom here. Goes and says, I am, let me make sure I get this guy's name right here. I'm Lomgor the Gut, king of the rubble. And this is my bridge.
Have you ever heard of him?
No, you've never heard of him. He says, I am the Bandit King. Very proud here. And this is my bridge. But I am a generous king. And I will let you pass for a mere, looks at you all, puts his, a mere 12 silvers, for I am generous.
Generosity is indeed a trait of any good worshiper of Orlanth. I agree. The most generous are those who provide protection and do not try to act like mere bandits. I am Nisk, Thane of Argrath, king of Pavis and these surrounds. I do not respect your authority at this point. And if you have a choice, you can move and let us pass, or you can let us pass, but a little more painfully. That's your choice.
I'm going to start twirling my iron sword.
Yeah, nice.
We have just fought zombies on Blind Man's Hill. I have battled minions. I have battled avatars of chaos. I was one of the first to leap onto the wall. I do not fear from you.
All right, I want you to roll against your reputation, Nisk.
Okay, I roll a 29, and my reputation, one moment, is, I don't know.
Should be around 30 or so.
Yeah.
My reputation is a 30. Can't check it, but it's a 30.
All right, he recognizes your name. This is, by the way, this is the great thing about reputation. Is it when you sit around and you've got a good reputation and you recite your deeds and you succeed on it, they've heard who you are, for good or for ill. And he's heard of Nisk Argrass Thane. And he looks at you all, pats his belly, puts his fingers up. 5. See another 8, 3. 8. He does not seem enthusiastic about the prospect of fighting 10 people. I believe you're 10, right?
11, perhaps, even.
Oh, you're right. No, you're more than that.
Yeah.
I totally forgot your 2 skulking bad guys. You're actually 12.
Yep.
They're 12 as well.
They're not that bad. They will get better.
They don't actually know these guys, do they? Your guys.
Do they know these guys?
Do you know these guys, my guys?
He says that he used to. That's Lorngor.
Yeah, that's what we figured. Yeah.
And he used to rule the. He used to be based out at the Old Mint, so he's either moved up in the world or moved down in the world.
Okay, he's moved down, so someone else is at the mint, I guess.
But Lorngor makes a ostentatious showing of that. Oh, I hail the Thane of Argrath, and as one king to another, I gladly let the Thane of Argrath pass over my bridge without payment. And he says that to his his followers. He says, I cannot be convinced against this, before I am a generous. I am a generous king. And
do we want to kill this obese fool and try and
I think
his bandit followers?
And
you already have to bandit followers
or take them.
I need more. And sorry. Can you do it when we get back? Because I need more oils and so on for preparing the corpse. The zombies took up a lot of my supplies, so I'm a little bit low on supplies right now. So can we tell him we will kill you when we come back?
Are we discussing
if
this?
we kill them, I'm obliged to give them proper burial ritual.
Are we discussing this in a sort of loud enough that he can actually...
With old wormish.
No,
cold-breasted old wormish.
Old wormish, definitely.
I cannot speak old
wormish. That's even better. I thought, it might be more entertaining if you actually heard us discussing if we should go back and get oils for Gina to properly bury them after having killed them.
I mean, look at this guy. I need the double amount at least, maybe triple.
Yeah.
You tell me, are you guys arguing this loudly in front of him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Totally ignoring the bandits for the moment, obviously.
Well, that's definitely irking him.
He's a little bit disturbed here. It says, I give you safe passage across my bridge. Yes, safe passage across my bridge.
So you weren't going to give us that before? You just would not actually let us pay, but maybe then take our money while we crossed it.
Mhm.
That's almost clever. I can respect that as a pirate. I think that's a really good plan.
I think the thing you need to be concerned about, Longor, is not granting us safe passage over your bridge. It's us granting you safe passage to stay on our bridge.
I show you again my nearly empty oil for the corpses. Later, not now. I need more oil.
It does seem, by the way, Longar, that some of my companions are a little nervous that you're standing there with all your troops if you let go of the bridge. So we're definitely, you know, take you up on crossing the bridge. But I guess our ask would be, we'd actually ask you to leave the bridge before we went there. You can get back to it later, but if you leave the bridge and head over to the side, then we'll be really happy we'll cross over.
I want some kind of a communication skill for this one, guys, because Longor, I mean, you're humiliating this guy here. He's got, he's got
followers.
So I think I'm going to do an intimidate check.
If you want to do an intimidate, that would be...
I think it's more of an intimidate than an orate or a charm.
Shall I borrow you my horn of intimidation?
I think I'm okay.
I'm even going to give you a +20 to do an intimidate, given that you've got iron weapons and there's a dozen of you. How many of you are mounted?
All except Phil Jar,
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a +20 on that.
Okay. I fail. This just doesn't. He just looks too weak on it.
I want to show our
beautiful
watching audience.
Sorry.
Here. The problem is, come on, look at this guy. Look at this guy, people. Does he look really all that intimidating? Let me just throw this on here. I mean,
what you're trying to say, someone else should have.
Does he look that intimidating?
No, he's so cute.
He looks roguish, rakish, but no, not intimidating.
Yeah.
That's the problem here. Hey!
That's how Nis gets in trouble.
So how deep is underneath the bridge?
At this point, you failed an intimidate, and so I want us to take a super short break because I think there's going to be trouble. Zoom back up here.
Okay, and we're back.
All right, so I want to describe the scene here. Nisk tried to intimidate Lomgar, and there's been, all of you all have been trying to be pretty intimidating and saying some pretty frightening things to Lomgar, and also putting him into a situation where he is going to look pretty humiliated in front of his followers if he accepts your demands. So Lomgar, being sensible, tells his followers, he says, "Show them what we're made of, boys." And the whole set of about a dozen bandits file up in let's see, you can get 4 people pretty easily, 4 horses. So I'm going to say that they can form up into 2 lines pretty easily here. The bottom line is kneeling, and the the rear line is standing. They have crossbows.
Crossbows?
Now you tell us.
They have crossbows.
That's bad.
And they are going to try to pepper you with crossbows.
I'm going to get my spells off too on them.
I cast sleep on Longor.
You're going to cast? Okay. To let you know, so that let's just go through your statement of what you want to do, and we will figure out. The very first thing that's going to happen is actually the crossbows.
Okay.
They're going to be able to act before anything. So I'm going to make this really easy because there's one of them against every one of you, and we could really carefully follow the rules, and every time I shoot in, I could have somebody roll a D. Actually, I'm going to do that because that sucks. They're not firing at anybody specific. They're firing into a crowd of you all. There's 12 of you, right?
Yep.
So here's the numbering system for you guys. I want somebody to keep track of it. Number 1 is Nisk.
Okay.
Number 2 is Inkala.
Got it.
Number 3 is Garen. Number 4 is Colbrast. Number 5 is Gina. Number 6 is Waha Tall.
Oh, not Waha Tall.
Number 7
You want
is
to change character, Garen.
what is the name of your Humakti with you, Nisk?
And I think it's there's Nesteros and then her brother Rasteros.
Nestarios and Rasteros.
Okay.
Number 9 is Garen. What is the name of your Vingan?
Sazela.
Sazela. Number 10 is Jorfar. Is that his name? Jorfar?
Yeah. Jorfar, White Wolf.
Number 11 is Symbol. And number 12 is Filchar. So let's see.
I know that the strategy that Jeff, because I know that Orgor knows how to hide. So
no, if I get a 5, 50% chance it's Gina, 50% chance it's Orgar.
Thank you.
Oh,
Okay.
I want a hairdresser too.
Here,
Very useless.
now I want to
human
warn you
shield.
guys. Here's the downside for you all. If I hit one of you guys, because everybody else is mounted, 50% chance it hits you, 50% chance it hits your mount.
Now this is an advantage of having a shield, is you can parry with a shield against missile weapon.
You can block a location. You can tell me if there's a location you are blocking with
Sorry.
Is it just a location? I thought you could actually parry a regular missile weapon.
I believe that what you have is that you have your left arm with a medium shield. I believe it's your left arm plus one of the location is blocked. It might. Let me just double check. I wrote the rule, but that doesn't mean that I remember everything simultaneously, especially in the evening. By the way, this is how Neil and company, but way back in the days, the Seattle Farmers Collective used to screw with me. It's by making sure that the battles all took place after 10 o'clock at night.
Jeff tired?
Because Jeff was tired. So, the way that shields work against missile weapons, thrown weapons can be parried with a shield, which is a very nice thing, because you can't normally parry even a thrown weapon. But a missile weapon by a projectile weapon cannot be parried. It's just too damn fast.
Okay.
But it can be used to provide coverage against projectile weapons. With a medium shield, it's your shield arm and any other one location. With a large shield, it's your shield arm and 2 other contiguous locations. So you couldn't block your shield arm, your head, and your right leg, for example.
Be kind of hard when mounted anyway.
Exactly. So, Nisk, I'm going to, let's start rolling this. There's 12 of them.
Okay.
The first one hits. It hits, and it hits, it rolls in. And it hits, oh no. It hits Waha Tall.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's awful, isn't it?
Does it actually hit Rahatal or his mount?
I don't know which he would care more about.
That's true.
Would we all get a bonus if I tell everybody that I cannot do proper burial rites because of the lack of oil?
I think you're the only one that's going to worry much about this.
It's important.
But Gina, I want you to tell me, is high mean I hit the mount, or high means I hit the person?
High is a person because it's on the mount.
Uh-oh. Wahatal, your mount. Who's got his stats?
Me.
This is problematic here. This is very sad. Wahatal, your Impala has been hit for 7 points of damage to the 13.
Oh, to the right front leg. That's 2 over. It's only 5.
Wahatal's Impala goes down.
Sirath.
Okay, number one. That was number one. Boy, this is getting ugly. Second shot.
Everyone but you seem to have known that before.
Second shot also hit somebody. Okay, so it hit. Man, this is going to get brutal. It hit Nisk. Nisk, what location is blocked?
Nisk's probably going to block his chest. His chest. Sure. Mathematics.
It hit his left arm for 8 points of damage.
Okay. Bing.
So it does no damage to you. Number 3. Now there's a downside to using a crossbow, by the way. They can't fire every round. Number 3 misses your entire big group of people.
That's good.
Number 4 missed the entire group of people. These guys fire like stormtroopers.
You can hope.
I'll tell it to Wahatal's mount.
It might get worse.
And
Now it is Ankala who gets hit.
Ooh.
And it hits you proper. Do you have a shield?
Yeah, and I'm blocking. I'm covering my abdomen.
You are covering your abdomen. Okay.
And yeah.
It is 8 points of damage to your right leg.
Okay, that's only 2 points through, so that's not the worst.
Okay. That was the sixth one fires, and that is really ugly, whoever that is. I hope I will find out who this is in just a second. It is to Sazela. Who is Sazela's backer?
Me.
Sazela, what location are you trying to block?
Sazela is going to block the chest.
Okay. To the 11. That is, I believe, the abdomen.
Is indeed.
Okay.
By the way, abdomen's a larger area in RuneQuest than the chest. Just
yeah. Abdomen is a better one to block, by the way.
I'm pretty sure I said abdomen.
Yeah.
That may not have come over the
7.
7.
No. It did 7, 10, 12 points of damage and is stuck in her abdomen.
Okay.
It's an impale.
Wow.
Missile weapons suck in RuneQuest, kids.
That's nasty.
Does she go down?
He does.
So for next time, I think we'll just have a quick look if they have, missile weapons. Before we
hey, don't look at it. You guys are the ones who wanted to fight him.
Filchar!
Oh no, he's already slide. Oh no, he got healed.
He got healed.
Filchar, do you have a shield?
Oh yeah, I'm sure he does. That would be left arm plus abdomen.
Filchar, you get hit. Oh, that sucks. Filchar, you should be very happy. You got hit in the abdomen for 9 points of damage. I believe it bounces off your shield.
Yep. And it would actually not have. It
could have killed you, couldn't it?
No.
Nearly done here, guys. I bet that makes you happy.
Yeah.
The eighth one misses completely. Time for the ninth one. Ninth one hits somebody. It hits. Oh no. Okay, Gina, are you high or is that your hairdresser?
That's a weird
Or is
question.
it both of you?
Can I say that?
Someone's been stealing on Kala's drugs, eh?
Are you, if I roll above 50, does that hit you or does that hit your
Above
hairdresser?
50 hits me. Below 50, it hits. Actually, we are all on mounts, so it's a 25% chance and a 25% chance, isn't it?
Are you mounted?
Yes, of course.
she's a
Didn't we
horse.
were all mounted?
Okay, well then it's just hitting your it's hitting Orgarl. Let's figure out Orgarl. It hits you.
Okay. Orgor has his multi-pan with him because he is fighting with a pan, which is on his character sheet.
Okay.
And the pan can also be a shield.
Okay.
That's
Well.
a very dodgy character sheet you have there.
Except
Really homemade.
he with a pan, he can knock somebody out with a pan and backstab or poison.
Okay. Well, it doesn't. It hits your left leg, not your pan. 6 points of damage. Orgarl.
I don't know how many hit points he has.
What's his con?
His con is 12, so
He's got a size, probably 13 hit points.
He's got a size. He's very small, if you remember.
he is size 12.
So it's 12 hit points.
Yeah.
So 12 hit points. He says, "Ow,"
He does. That takes
and gets
his,
very angry.
What also takes his left leg out.
Doesn't he have armor?
No, he's a Cerulean.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, at 12 hit points, he only has 4 hit points in his legs.
So he
Yeah,
goes,
I have my character has actually first aid on 70%, and I'm pretty sure I have a plaster.
okay. Garen,
You're just so forgiving.
Hello.
number 10 hits you. What location is your shield, if anywhere?
Abdomen.
And it hits you in the left arm. There is no way it can get through your shield. We are almost done here.
Oh, they're almost done. I'm going to
Yes.
cut them to pieces.
I want to shoot back.
Well, you guys did not have missile weapons prepared and whatnot. Now right after this, we will be able to do this. Finally, young Rastoros, the younger brother of Nestarios, he also gets hit.
Okay.
What location is he covering?
It'll be abdomen, I think. Let me just see. Yep, abdomen.
You may have saved his life. 5. 12 points of damage on an impale
To the.
to the abdomen.
Oh well, it's in a shield then because the shield blocks that.
So there you are. They all fire this round. Now you can take whatever actions you want to do. Run around. This was strike rank
I
1.
fire back. You know that Gina has actually a bow. A nice Cerulean curved bow.
Okay. I'm going to go. I'm not going to have you roll yet because I want to have everybody else tell me. I want to have an idea what's going on here. Nisk, what are you going to do?
Nisk is gonna. How far away are they from getting their own?
Well, you guys were at the base of the bridge.
Yep.
So let me very quickly look at that. I said that they were about in the middle of the bridge. So they are just about 80 meters away, 240 feet.
Okay.
So that is going to take you in terms of movement, and this is something worthwhile because you can move your movement rate, or in theory, I believe you can move your movement rate in a strike rank. Is that correct? Am I remembering this right?
I don't remember it well.
Because this is an interesting one for me, because this is having us do something that so rarely happens, which is having everybody make a moving fight. So movement is
for each unit of movement, an unengaged adventurer makes during the melee round add +1 to the strike rank if they wish to take any action. So you can move 8 movements, so we can move 24 meters in a melee round.
okay. So it's going to take you several rounds to get there. It's going to take you
even if we're mounted.
No, mounted you're going to be faster.
Well, mounted animals have a move. My bison has a move of 12.
Yeah.
Versus 8. And I'm actually if you want me to go first, I'm going to be doing a few things. I'm going to be casting parry on my shield, and I'm going to have my sword cast mobility on my mount as I charge up there.
Ouch. Okay. So you're going to charge. I'm going to say that you will be able to. Those of you all that gallop there, they're going to get one more round of firing.
Not with mobility like my speed.
Except for Nisk.
I stay back and shoot, and Orgor will actually hide. Move quietly and hide.
I'm gonna charge, and I am going to shout at Longor that I'm going to carve Hugh Mac's name in his face.
I've forgotten to add to my llama, but I'm assuming it has to be at least as quick as a bison.
I have that if you give me a moment. Llama has it's an impala, not a llama. Move of 12 as well.
Yeah.
But you said Nisk is amazingly quick.
Yeah, I don't have mobility, so.
Yes, that's the huge advantage there that you have. The other bit is that because you're on a mount, let me just jump over this. Mounts. Is you also, unlike everybody else, mounted people can continue to do actions because it's your animal that is doing the moving. So you can cast spells and whatnot. Mm-hmm. As long as you're able to make a ride roll.
Yeah.
So that is what? That's
Garen's challenge.
Carrying an audience in kitchen moves. Yeah. So it's gonna get, your mounts are gonna be able to charge up there, but Nisk, you're gonna be able to get there shockingly fast. So let's go ahead. Who all is charging? Who is not charging? Garrett Colbrust, what are you going to do?
I was thinking of taking out Lorne Gore. On the other hand, that would deprive Garen of his fun. So
no, but I already called that I'm going to cast sleep on.
But we're so we're hearing what each other is doing.
No, you guys,
we can't really. I mean, if we do the same thing, we do the same thing. Okay.
And I'm assuming all of your followers are charging.
Yep. I'll put speed dart on my javelin and throw it at Longor.
You may have to get a little bit closer to get to Longor.
They shot at us with crossbows.
Yes.
Crossbows don't go that far. I probably get further with my javelin than they would get with the normal crossbow.
Take a look.
Small one.
Let's take a look.
A crossbow has a range of 100 meters.
Okay. That's
And a
enough.
javelin has a
Which
range
is actually a
of
little bit high. Oh, whatever.
and a javelin has a range of about 20. Because you're carrying, they're big. You're big and you're throwing it like this. And these are dwarfen made crossbows.
Nice.
Dwarven made crossbows. Well, that'll be interesting stuff to take home once they're all dead.
So you may have to go a little closer there.
I'll go a little closer.
Okay.
So can I shoot?
You can shoot though, Gina.
I have at least a 40% chance on my bow. It's a self bow, so let's see. No.
Okay. That's this round. Is anybody
And
casting?
Ogre is hiding. Shall I roll on hiding?
He's
good in hiding.
He squeaks. Is anybody else casting any spells? Or are you just charging forward? And Kala, would you try why don't you go ahead and try to cast sleep on Lomgor?
Sleep is amazing. I've never been able to have sleep before because I've never been playing Shalana Arroy. But now I can get everything. Okay. What? Are you calling me greedy or something? You're a pirate.
You are greedy.
Yeah. That's a successful casting of the spell. And then for what I roll for...
It's a opposed POW.
Yeah.
It's a opposed POW. So what is your POW of yours plus your fetches?
22.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, you guys suck. You're horrible human beings. Okay. You have a very good chance.
Says the guy who shot at us with 12 crossbows.
Do I roll high?
Crossbows.
Low.
Is it high or low? Okay,
low. It's RuneQuest.
Yeah, I know, but these opposed rolls, they get to me.
Same thing.
I roll a 16.
Lomgor goes and falls over. At this point, is that everybody's magic for this round?
Well, my fetch is casting protection on me.
Okay. See if your fetch succeeds.
Oh, 009. It succeeds very well. Now,
now remember, we didn't get our magic points back, so just be aware of that from the last combat.
Yeah, but I used my my magic crystal.
Round two on this. The Lomgor has gone down. His panicked supporters are furiously trying to crank their crossbows into place. Nisk, I believe you will be able to attack this round. Is that correct?
Yep.
With your movement. So basically, Nisk shows up before they can do anything. Next round, you guys all arrive, but they will be able to shoot first.
Can Cobra throw a javelin at the same time?
I will let you throw a javelin this round, and Gina gets the fire.
Okay.
So I'll let Gina and Colbrast go first. You're just firing into their ranks because you use missile weapons.
Yeah. So that's just a second.
No. I get different dices. These dices are not happy with.
Okay, so javelin, it's 85 plus 25 is 110 plus 15 from the speed dart is
so 125. So did he succeed?
Probably.
But is it a special? You want to impale?
Yeah, just a second. Okay, 39. So that's probably nothing.
No. It's not a special.
Getting close.
But it's getting closer.
Would you roll a d12?
Yep. Oh, just a second.
Holy moly! These bandits are in trouble now.
Okay, so it's d12 plus half a d4 plus 3. Oh,
yes.
Right. So that's 16.
No, a d12 first.
Yeah, that's 12 plus 3, which is half is 1, is...
No. The D12 is for me to know which bandit you're attacking.
Oh, sorry.
So bandit 11, now
Okay.
roll for damage. You
So
do, I
it's
believe,
for you,
1d10.
Oh, no, it's only D6. I thought it was a bit much.
Javelin
Okay,
should
so...
be should be a D8.
A D8.
A D8 plus half your strength bonus plus 3 for the speed dart.
Okay. D8. So that's 5, 6, 9.
Ouch.
And it hits 19, the head, I think.
Ouch. Ouch. He doesn't have that many -1. So he goes... Bandit number 11 goes down with a strike to the head. There are currently 10 bandits. Let's just see how Nisk's bit. They're furiously trying to get their crossbows reloaded, so there's not a whole lot they can do. This is the crappy thing about crossbows is, there's not a lot you can do if you're trying to reload. Nisk?
Okay. Success. Lance hit.
Lance!
Well, I'm charging up the thing. I dropped the lance after 1 attack. Next round, I'll be doing that.
Could you roll a D20 and D10? I'm just going to roll a D10 because you don't care which bandit you're hitting.
I don't care which bandit.
Bandit number 7, the lucky bandit.
Okay, lucky bandit. 17 is the hit location.
That is the left arm.
22.
No left arm. Yeah, he is. His left arm is permanently maimed. He is at. He's not dead, but he's definitely unconscious. So there is now 9 bandits.
This is where knockback rules would apply and still make sense.
Yeah, I hate knockback rules for the simple reason.
I basically, at that point, I basically am behind them.
Yeah, you're going on behind. So,
well, I'm gonna dismount.
It is a new round. You're gonna dismount. It's round 3. So you're gonna dismount and try to attack them.
Yep.
The rest of you guys are going to charge, except for Colbrast and Gina, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I assume I reached them this round.
This round you reached them. So they're going to be able to fire off a total of 9 crossbow bolts this round. And other than that, then then you guys get to attack.
Those are remarkably well-trained bandits.
Mm-hmm.
So managing to reload a crossbow under duress is really difficult.
That's why it takes 2 rounds. Actually, all it is, it's one of these dwarf crank ones.
Oh, okay.
So
sorry, forgot about the dwarf.
Darn dwarves.
It's a dwarf. I have dwarf belt buckles. I don't say anything nasty about it.
It's got a dwarf. It's got a dwarf. These are. And by the way, here's the really disturbing thing about this. This is only a light crossbow.
Oh.
With the damage they're doing.
Yeah.
There is a heavier one that they could use.
And the dwarves can probably use them two-handed because they're really strong. Dwarves are really strong too.
Now they're not going to fire on Nisk. Because they're firing it, they see this whole group of 10 people charging at them with on horses and high llamas and zebras and you name it. The big group are more frightening to them than the lone dude. So they're just going to fire indiscriminately at the mass of people charging. So that's how I'm going to handle this this year. Number 1, I'm going to handle all of these at the end. Number 1, hit somebody. Number 2, impaled somebody.
Ouch.
Number 3, missed.
I need a quick AFK.
Number 4, hit.
Ouch.
Number 5, and they're not that good either. That's the number 6 missed. Number 7 missed. Number 8 missed. And number 9 hit. So they have 3 hits and 1 impale. So now comes the fun. The GM's fun. I get to see who it hit. So number 1, a hit. Hit Ankala. Ankala, I believe you were doing a lance attack.
Yeah.
So your shield is covering your left arm, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So let's see what location gets hit. Fuck a duck. It hits your left arm.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And
I
it
do
does
realize
8 points of damage. It does 8 points of damage. I could have, boy. Okay, that's. Let's see who gets hit with the impale. Man, for a cruel GM, I'm not doing that great, am I?
Oh, you're doing fine.
Yeah.
Okay. The impale goes to, holy moly, number 8, Rasteros. Who has Rasteros?
I do.
Rasteros, you're also charging with lance, aren't you?
No. Well, he may have a lance. Let's have a look. He has a lance. I'm just seeing if he's got a ride skill. Yeah, he's an amazing rider, actually. Yep.
All right. Left leg gets hit, Rasteros.
Not very good, then.
And it does 5, 6, 10, 13, 14 points of damage to your right leg.
Oh, his light leg is useless because he only has 3 points of armor, and then he's only got 5 points of the leg.
So he's maimed.
So it's maimed.
Well, that's what happens when you get hit with an impale. Okay, the next hit. Symbol.
Oh no.
I know, you're very concerned about Symbol.
Yeah.
Symbol, you are
Off the
hit.
moustache. Yeah.
Symbol, you are hit in the right leg.
Yeah, and he only has a small shield, so
6 points of damage.
yeah, that looks okay.
Okay.
It doesn't
And the
get
last.
shield, though, it's just a leg. You don't get to count the shield.
No, but the armor.
Oh.
He's got armor. He's got quite good armor. Actually, both of my rogue friends are better armored than me.
They're successful rogue friends.
And they have more hit points too. So
Okay,
yeah.
Nisk, Rasteros, young 18-year-old Rasteros or 19-year-old Rasteros gets hit again, this time in the right leg
Ouch.
for 7 points of damage.
Okay, that won't take that leg off, and he'll...
How's his total hit points?
I'm just about to look that up. Sorry, I'm just down to the one laptop while I'm back right now. He will be unconscious at exactly 0.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good.
As far as I can tell. Can you take more than double your location? You can't, right?
No, correct.
Okay, then he is still conscious.
Well, except for the fact that his leg is maimed, so he is unconscious, but he's not dying. All right, now it is your guys' turn, and at this point, this is going to get depressing. Why don't we just go around with people who have? Let's have Gina make her, because she's using a missile weapon. She can actually hit first.
New dice.
And now it's gonna be a lot of lance attacks.
Yep. I'll throw a second javelin as well.
Oh, yes.
Yes, Holly. No, I'm not lucky. Yeah, whatever.
Gina, you suck with your weapon, don't you?
Actually, I have a 40% skill. I mean, it's not super, but it's not too bad. And I rolled a 90, 86, and another 80 something. I even changed dices.
You need
It's
bow dice.
because my oil is empty.
You always will change the dice just
because you stuck with your weapon, Gene.
yeah. No,
right.
just as your luck with that
it.
dice, with these dice would have changed, and then the bad luck just continues with the new dice. That's always what happens.
Cobrast.
Yep, just a second. Okay, so I put another speed dart on my second javelin.
These poor guys.
And I have actually I hit, but the normal hit.
Okay, what would you just roll a D10
Yep.
to tell me which one?
8.
Okay, bandit number 8.
So that's D6 plus half a D4
Should be
plus
D8
3.
plus half a D4 plus 3.
D8 plus half a D4. Yeah, I have that wrong on my sheet. I think I'll have to change that. Okay, so okay, that's nice. It's 12 points.
Ouch! To where?
Very good.
And probably the head again, I would imagine. No discriminate. No, 13. That's
The right arm.
yeah.
Okay. He drops his crossbow.
Good.
Right arm incapacitated. Okay, this is not good. Now, I want to just go, we're going to just go round robin because this is just ugly. You're just going to, what I'm going to do is you guys are going to roll to see if you hit, whoever it is, and then just roll randomly to see which one you guys get, because I'm imagining this is just you've got waves of animals riding up over here, and it's just going to be a huge, ugly mess on top of this. So I think it's better to just roll randomly. Let's just start with people that are fighting with lances. So I'll start with, I believe that's Incala.
And remember, you're limited by your ride skill if your lance is
Yes,
better.
your ride is your top.
My ride is higher than my lance.
Sadly, you don't get that benefit.
That's a success, regular success, barely.
Okay. I'm just going to tell you which one. You got bandit number 2.
Okay.
So would you roll for damage?
Yeah. That's not really good, but still okay. It's 14. 2. Oh, I rolled D10 plus 10. 17. It's an arm.
To the left, it's the left arm. You did 14 points of damage?
15.
15 points, that's enough to incapacitated right arm or left arm. Okay, let's go to the next person. Let's go. Who else is attacking with a lance? Garen, are you attacking with a sword? Yeah. Okay.
I think that Mysterio says she's attacking with a lance.
Okay.
And she misses.
Okay. Let's go to Garen. You have 2 supporters that are, or sorry, only 1 supporter.
Yes.
Right. All right.
Hartall is using his short sword.
Okay.
And he hits with a 13.
And he hits bandit number 3, who can't
Why is
parry.
Hartall using a short sword, not his bow?
Because my feeling was he wanted to get in close after they shot his beloved llama.
Impala.
But he likes shooting bows.
Yeah, I think
He's
Yeah.
angry. He's angry.
Fair
He's
enough.
the
Fair- yeah,
angriest.
he's-
someone
He's the
cast
angriest.
fanaticism on him. He's enraged.
He's not himself at this point.
He's just done 8 points of damage.
To which location of bandit number 5?
17.
Left arm, 8 points. Well, no shield. This is not good for these guys. Let's go to, that was Wahatal. Do you have any other supporters with you?
Not with me,
Good.
just Wahatal.
Okay. The other who marked the Vingen.
The
Got an
Vinkin.
arrow in her chest.
Yeah, that's right. She felt went down. Nisk, it's your
Nisk
attack.
has just Nisk.
Yeah, go attack, Nisk.
Okay, Nisk actually has a couple of attacks this round. The first one is a sword strike. That will miss.
Wow.
That's
Are you attacking the same guy multiple times?
Yep, and then a shield
Hey,
attack on the other
Bandit okay, Bandit 3.
one. And the shield is to the abdomen, and that does 10 points of damage.
How do you do 10 points of damage with that? Okay, Bandit 3 down.
Wrong, man. Well, with my
Damage
spells
stabbed.
on.
Jofar also has a lance and was charging.
Let's do Jofar as well.
He hits.
Can't believe it.
Okay, and he hits bandit number 9. You've actually managed to randomly get different people each bit here. So
That's 12 points of damage to 10.
that is to the, I believe that is the
Abdomen.
abdomen as well. 10 points of damage. Okay, bandit number 9 down. Okay, that is the end of this round. I want to tell what?
I have 2 guys as well who can.
Oh, you do? That's right.
attack.
So does Garen.
So
I
does
know,
Garen.
So is Garen.
Go for it. Oh, this is getting ugly. All right. Garen?
Okay. Okay, so that is a 55 against 100, so that is definitely a hit.
Who's this one? Oh, this is you.
Yeah, this is me.
Oh, ooh. Which one are you attacking? Are you attacking Sleeping Lumgar or are you attacking Bandit number 4, which is
Bandit
going
number
random?
4. It would, I mean, as much as I would like to Longar's head off, that would be dishonorable.
Okay.
So 1d8 plus 1d4. So that is 13 points of damage.
What location? To a
To
person.
number 6.
That is to the infamous left leg, the most commonly hit location in RuneQuest. 13 points of damage. Ouch. That is he goes down. Bandit number 4 is an unhappy dude. You also, I believe, still have one other person.
Colbrust has 2 people.
Yep.
Colbrest, that's
So
right.
the first one is Simbar. He puts blade sharp on his 2-handed spear. I mean, obviously gets off his mount to attack.
Okay.
You could have cast that earlier too, right? On the
Yeah.
ride up.
Yeah. He did that just before. How many points can I put in this? I'm not sure I see how
Yes,
many.
blade sharp.
Uh,
What's his blade sharp?
It's just 1.
Then that's just
Okay,
one.
so that's how
point.
many points you can put into it.
Okay,
Plus
so
5%
that's
hit.
what. Sorry.
Plus 5% to hit and plus 1 damage.
Yep. So that's 80 to hit. And he hits.
Okay.
And he hits. Bandit number D8 now or D10 or
D10.
Okay. By number 1.
Who has actually not been attacked yet? Poor bastard.
Good. Yeah,
You've-
he thought he'd get away, and now he gets a 2-handed spear somewhere. 20 in his head. Sorry about that. It's a 1d10 plus 1d4 plus 2. And I think that's a 10. Yes. 14, 16 points. Sorry.
Bandit number 1 is dead because he has a spear through his eye socket.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he certainly was not very happy about being hit.
And finally, Filchar.
Filchar,
Bandits, but they're good fighters.
he can put speed dart on his sling, right?
Yep.
Okay, so he does that. So that's 75 to hit. He misses by 3 points.
All right. I want to give the situation at the end of the round. There are 2 bandits standing. They are surrendering.
And one is sleeping.
And then there's one sleeping. The rest are gripping. There's only one that is already dead, but others have dropped their weapons. The situation has turned bad. They are immediately offering surrender. So I want to know what you guys are going to do. Let's start with what?
You take their surrender. I mean, that's,
The only honorable action.
They attacked us. They were warned. They chose not to take that, and we're going to take their goods, and we're going to tell them that just let them know that the king of Pavis is Argrath, not this fat dude who apparently is
He's asleep.
Pay attention on there and pass out, and it's going to cost them. And we're also then going to focus on healing up our folk on our side.
You've got some pretty badly damaged people. You've got Rastator, who is he still alive, or is he just?
He's alive. He has 1 hit point. We do have heal 6 though in the party, so we could use that.
Well, the fetch is out of magic points.
Could probably
You
lend
transfer
you
it to
some.
them, can't you? Can you?
Hmm?
Can you transfer your magic points to them to heal them? We kind of need this.
No, but I can use the heal spell from my fetch. But the problem is that I have been casting spells. I did say I was running out, and I have a total of 4 magic points left.
Should we just get them back to Pavis?
So my fetch is out, my magic crystal is out, and I have 4 left.
Use a rune spell then. How does that work? If it's maimed, can we heal it? We need a rune spell to heal it then, right?
You're going to need either heal 6, heal wound, and get it fully back up, or heal body.
And the storing crystals, they can be used by anyone, I guess, right?
Yes, they can.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you use some of the points in the crystal to heal this guy?
Yeah, that can be done. And also,
and I have a heal 3 belt buckle, so.
Yeah, but I can access the heal 6.
Right?
Sorry?
That uses your magic. Just to be aware, the belt buckle uses your magic point still. It just lets you cast a better heal.
Yeah.
But if he can let you use that crystal for you to heal him, do that now. And let's see anybody else. I don't know if anybody else has it that desperately, so that but we should.
How badly damaged is Servala?
She's pretty bad.
How bad?
Gina, you have somebody that you can prepare a corpse for. The guy that has a 2-handed spear through their eye.
Yeah, but shall I really use my last oil on that guy?
That's your choice.
Actually, Cezala's got heal 3, so she can probably sort herself out.
Okay. Yeah. So use heal 6 on him. Let's get them. Let's demaimify him quickly.
I failed my first try.
Come on, then, Carla, you can do it.
I failed my second try.
You don't have to roll if you're just taking your time. You don't lose magic points casting it.
Yeah.
By the way,
I'm frustrated. But
if I do a first aid on Orgor,
you have to roll against first aid. It does 1d3 if you succeed. If you fumble, it does damage to him. I will be right back in a second. Keep going, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
I succeeded.
Woohoo.
I'll roll a d3 or d6.
Yeah.
killed your own hairdresser then, Gina. That would have been.
I have 70% on first aid. I know how to use a plaster. I mean, I even shaved his leg before I put the plaster on, you know.
Proper job.
He gets at least, is it rounded up or down?
What did you roll?
Rounded up. It's 3 on a D6.
That's
good. So that's fine. So his leg is actually nice again. His leg is now on 0.
Okay.
So, so who needs prepare corpse so I can prepare corpse? Otherwise I get out of shape. Where can you direct me into the direction of the corpse?
It's the guy with the huge 2-handed spear in his head.
Oh, okay. I didn't saw
really
him under the
him.
spear. Somehow I only saw the spear and not the person under the spear. So I do a prepare corpse on this person with my last bit of oil. And yes, I do a very good preparation. So this corpse is prepared. Properly done. Can go into the underworld. He will find his way. And you can now take your spear out.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's just kind of imagine the situation here. You've got there are a total of 11 living bandits. Several of them, 2 of them are maimed, but most of the rest of them just have severe wounds. They could be healed and whatnot. And there's Lomgar at some point wakes up in about 2 minutes, because that's how long the sleep spell lasts.
We'll probably take his stuff from his weapons and everything.
Before
he wakes up.
Yeah.
So the first question I have is, Lomgar also surrenders, of course, and is totally deflated, and begs and whines and pleads for his life, and he says, "Oh, mighty Nisk, I can show you where there is great treasure. If you spare all of our lives and grant us our freedom, there is the Pavis Mint."
So I heard that you used to hold the Pavis Mint. Why are you not there now?
He says, that is my proposition towards to you, that the evil, backstabbing, totally unloyal and dishonorable Seralda the Trident betrayed me and seized the Pavis Mint while I was helping orphans.
Orphans?
When I was helping the poor and feeding the poor. Argrath cares about the poor, doesn't he?
Not that much. Not unless they're a member of his clan or his tribe. And after all, you're the king of Pavis, not him, of this area.
I'm the king of the bandits. I am only the king of bandits. I'm the bandit king.
Clearly, the bits of them just over there?
He says, I was the king of bandits. I was the king of bandits. But I see the light, the great authority of King Argrath. But Symbala, she is treacherous.
Seralda, you mean?
Seralda.
And she
changes her name on you. Now,
let me just make sure I have her name correct. Boy, guys, Seralda. S-I-R.
Well, the only reason is one of Kobrast's highly skilled men is a Symbala name or whatever.
Seralda says that this evil wench, she I was taking care of the poor, and feeding the hungry, robbing from the rich to give to the not so rich. She seized control of my mint. You could reclaim it. You could claim it for Argrath, and I would run the mint for you. I know how it works. I know its secrets.
You know the secrets of the mint. Well, that's good to know. I'm actually in a pretty generous mood. I mean, that's one of, Orlanth has always told us to be generous to those who are in need. We're going to let you, we're going to let you go. We are going to take these beautiful crossbows because we know that, they're sold well from the dwarf, the flint nail, and they get upset.
He says he needs them to protect himself from rattlesnakes. And
I have something that will help you protect against rattlesnakes even better. And I will make a very fair trade. And I have 8 spears that I picked up. And I'm going to trade you these spears for the crossbows and other good weapons that we have. And I have one last request in Kala. What is magic here? If there's anything, because we're taking that too.
Yeah. I do have 4 points. I cast.
Oh my gosh!
Magic.
He says you are going to leave me. You're going to leave me defenseless at the hands of my enemies.
And you would left us defenseless and dead.
What does he?
That was simply a mistake.
You can always come with us and get safe passage back to town.
To the real. He says to the real city.
Yeah.
Well, we are going to the new palace.
Because as a pirate, I obviously have a soft spot for bandits. So we escort him.
Yep.
Don't we know about a vacant house that we're supposed to rob that we put him in?
We'll see about that when we get there. Can't go around, just giving away tenements we haven't even looked at yet.
Well, he will accept.
Why not?
It's on Crook Street, so it would fit.
He will accept his freedom and that of his men. Who he says something to in a language that if you could imagine the relationship between High German, Hochdeutsch, and Danish, it's about that level of connection.
Is it Thieves' Argo?
No, it is. It is Old Pavik.
Oh, but we can understand Old Pavik at half our Old Wirmish percent.
And Filchar has, but that's not Pavik, right?
Pavik, yes.
Same one.
Same thing.
75%.
Yes, it's his native. Filchar is also from the Old City.
What did they
discreetly ask him?
Hay says that the fat bandit is telling the other bandits that he has procured their freedom.
I'm just going to start laughing.
I will say
you procured nothing.
I will go over and tell those pappets and said, you have been duped. Your man here has not perceived it. He has begged for mercy that I have granted him.
What language do you say that in?
Work with him. I recommend you find another person to serve.
What language do you say that in?
What do you think I'm saying it in? I'm saying it in Old Pavik.
Oh, you can speak Old Pavik. I did not realize.
Wow.
Extremely well.
Oh, okay.
And better than Israelian or something. And I say that it is said that that there is a new wave in town. You've heard of that, of Argrath coming with the Praxians and clearing the walls. This new force is the one in power, and it is not safe to be a bandit in these lands anymore. Argrath has asked us to clear them. Argrath has asked us to remove the chaos. Argrath has asked us to find the treasures and to make the city great again. And this is an opportunity you have, but I'm only going to offer you this once. You know how to use these crossbows. You've shown us that. You're brave. You stood up against charging forces on mounts that even though you knew you knew that you had no choice against such great heroes as perhaps Garen Grimseeing, as Ankala Troublemaker, and others. So I'm asking you here, your choices, you can come if you want to work with us, but I don't recommend staying with this man.
Well, I want you to roll an orate.
All right.
You want to?
Okay, I succeed easily.
Half the bandits are willing to follow you.
Ooh.
Half of them.
Okay.
5. Because there were 12 bandits, one's dead.
The one's the other guy.
And one's Lorgar. So half the available bandits are willing they're willing to go into your employ and follow you around. That gives you 5 more funts.
Follow the white bull.
There will be that requirement. They must follow the white bull.
They figure that you are a more successful. One of them goes up and kicks Slumgar in the gut. Goes up and kicks.
Fair enough. Kick him again.
Goes up and kicks him,
Just kick him again.
and spits on him. And that's we'll figure out who this bandit is, but that's clearly the leader of the other bandits. But your band, you actually are beginning to have a genuine force here of people. And the one who kicked him says, so boss, that's what he calls you. He calls you a boss or big man. Actually, he calls you big man.
And this guy's tall, if thin.
Big man. He says, big man, so we got to take the Pavis Mint?
Not right now. We've got some other neat places to go. We're heading back first. We're heading back to New Pavis first.
I mean, we can certainly investigate the mint while we're back.
It's on the way.
And scope it out, yeah.
So are we okay for moving forward a little bit further? Because I'm happily awake. Gina, you happily awake?
Yes, I am happily awake.
All right. So you guys go, and the other 5 want to know if you're going to let them live.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll even give them spears.
They take their spears. Lomgar just looks fat, sweaty, and kind of pathetic here. Especially since one of his bandits kicked him in the stomach.
He thoroughly deserved it.
Meanwhile, I just Rosteros, did you manage to heal Rosteros?
We did. We used the heal 6 on him.
How bad are your guys' magic points at this point?
Very bad.
Pretty depleted.
Personally, I'm still at full, but all my crystals are almost drained, and my other backup, my sword is at half.
I'm still quite okay.
I'm also at full rune. I also have a lot of rune magic.
Dana, how are you doing?
I have 1 point of rune magic, and I have.
Did you heal Orgorl?
I used first aid. I have.
You are so cruel. You don't even use your spells to heal your hairdresser.
Why? It was enough.
I want to see if I go up in my first aid skill.
Got a splintered leg now. Nice.
I mean, the thing is, I don't think I actually used any magic points because I used rune magic last time. So I think this is actually old scratch marks because last game I didn't use any magic points. Remember? So
That's
actually,
right.
I should be full on magic points, but I have only 1 rune point left.
Okay, so let's just have you guys go forward into the off down the bridge into the ruins, and I'm just assuming though that you guys are being a little bit cautious. Pardon me, a little bit cautious about fighting. Certainly some of your followers, because you guys, Saralza was badly damaged. Rastator was nearly killed. What about Waha Tal's Impala? How's it doing? Impala.
Garen.
Sorry,
too.
Garen.
Paula
Garen.
calls him Paula. We got to heal it. He's muted.
Well, he lost all the hit points in its front.
Then we've got to heal it up, right?
So maybe Cezala can do that after she's dealt with herself.
The reason I bring that up is, again, you can just knock off those magic points. I want to give you this, and the reason I'm having you guys do this is, if there's another fight, some of you guys are in a bad situation when it comes to magic.
Yes.
I kind of want to go back across the bridge and go the safe way back to New
There
Palace.
might be more zombies there, of course. We could outrun zombies, so no problem.
I'm going to advise my Thane that perhaps discretion is the better part of honor.
I'm fine heading back here. I just, we've got a select number of crossbows, and we've got some other good equipment from these guys. And as I said, I asked Calder to see if there's any magic.
Yeah, I did cast Detect Magic, and I have been checking Longor and.
I asked her to do that.
There was one crystal.
Ooh.
Okay, let's take that.
One crystal. I'm going to let you know it's a 3-point crystal.
3-point magic storing?
3-point magic storing.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm sharing the screen here because you guys are on the top of the central bridge. You can see from here, there's the old mint, Manny's Fort, which is a fort on a hill. And you can see that there is what is called the real city, which is, Nis could certainly explain that is the center of the old Pavis on the other side. And then over here is New Pavis. So to get to New Pavis, you do have to go through all of these ruins by the old mint. I mean, I guess in theory you could go through the ruins itself, but
we could go Old Town and Griffin, and we could use the Wyvern Gate,
or you could
or
go
we can go back our old way.
We could just walk along the river, right? I mean, there's no ruins just by the river, I guess.
Or you could follow the river as much as you wanted.
Yeah, but
you tell.
No, we go.
That's the
Which
fastest way
direction?
home.
What do we go up or down?
Sorry, what do you mean up? We're gonna
And
go.
will we cross the puzzle canal or not?
Sorry, we
You're
don't.
right now in the middle of the central bridge.
We don't want to go near the puzzle canal. It's got some dangers. It's a bad place.
Exactly. That's the reason why I find the idea of going by the water, by the river, not as appealing.
On the other side of the river.
I don't know if it matters. Big boats. I mean, we've got lots of goods and lots of horses. I just don't know how easy it is to traverse up beside it. I don't think it's as clear as it's made out by this. That's my concern.
Also, keep in mind it is storm season, so the Zolafell is fairly swollen. It's higher than normal.
We can just go back where we came from. I mean, it's not really far. I don't know.
We just go back. The best way, the safest way is probably just us to go back the way we came.
Yeah.
And if we've got enough stuff, let's just do that.
Okay.
Are people okay with that?
Yeah, because we still want to do the Blind King's Hill thing, don't we?
Well, we're not going to do it today after everyone's used all their magic.
No, I'm thinking because go back and get ourselves fixed up.
Rest up, get everybody healed up, work that out. Yeah, let's. Plus, if we look at what we claim and what we own is the Blind King's Hill, we've got to be really, I don't want to just wander in the Pavis Mint and find out that person's paying off the Argos person who owns it, and then we have to fight them. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So are you going to head back?
We'll head back.
Yes.
Okay, you head back. Claudia, would you roll a D100?
Now I roll in low numbers. 15.
Okay. You head through Huntland, going through, and I'm going to keep this screen open for a few moments as you head through. You head past the hunt across the grazelands, and by now it is probably late afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And getting you all to the area of Griffin Gate. You're now a group of 17 people. Claudia, would you roll one more time?
Yeah, impressive. And 08.
And humor me one last time with one more D100. Claudia, could you roll one more D100?
Yeah, 72.
At the outskirts of the ruins around Griffin Gate, there are a pack of baboons.
No.
A big pack of I'm going to tell you how many there are. There's 9 baboons. Big pack of them. And one of them comes up to you all and puts its paw up. Now remember, Praxian baboons are sentient.
Mm-hmm.
And says in Praxian, I am he of the magnificent rear.
Yeah.
And then he turns around to show off his because they're mandro baboons, you know, they have the bright red butts.
Mm-hmm.
Shows off his magnificent rear and says, I present my rear to you in honor, for you are clearly powerful here. We have watched you.
Thank you. I
And
that is Ankala. These are my companions.
He says, I of the magnificent rear. Ask, what are your intentions here? I have seen you here before.
We have come to look at the land. We have come to deal with some of the things, the foul things that are here.
There are many foul things here. There
Agreed.
are many foul things. Do you plan to kill them?
If we can.
Do you plan to take our stuff?
Why would we take your stuff? Do you plan to take ours?
Humans always take our stuff. Or do you plan to take our stuff?
I do not plan to take your stuff. What you have. Not unless you try and take it from us.
But we might trade stuff.
You would trade things.
You come here and you will not take our stuff.
Not unless, as long as you do not try to take anything from us. What is your stuff?
Says, I have my troop. I have the many shiny things my troop has found. I have those ruins right over there. And he points at some ruins around the Griffin Gate. He says, we like to sleep here. You will not take it from me?
No. Why would we?
He says, you will not chase us away?
As long as you do not make us, no, there would be no reason. If you tell us, and if you give us news, perhaps tell us where the bad things are, where the brew are, if they are, or warning and such, or things.
I know where there are brew. I know where there are brew. Do you offer me food? Do you offer me drink? Oh, you do not offer magnificent rear food and drink. Where is your manners?
Yeah, that is shocking. Where is
your manners? You have not offered to groom, nor offered to give me food.
I can offer him a haircut from my hairdresser.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Grooming.
But my hair is magnificent. But can your hairdresser clean hair?
Yes.
Prove it. Says
Orgor,
For that poor
Orgor,
guy.
this is a job for you. So I roll.
Orgoro is horrified here.
I only want to know. I only want to let you know here. Orgor has 75% on craft, hair, and makeup.
You can do it.
So let's see.
Come on, Elgor.
27.
Yes.
He gets
He
a
manages to clean out every nit, every louse, and every flea that Magnificent Butt has managed to pick up.
Wow.
For that, I heal actually Orgor's left leg.
And the baboon gets a nice Esrolian twist.
Yes.
Do you have
So-
any oil left?
I can scratch the rest of the balming oil out. So first I have to give Orgor 4 points of healing back. Because it's very important. And now I get the rest of my good, super nice smelling embalming oil. Yeah.
Magnificent Butt is impressed, and all of the other baboons now come towards Orgarl and ask Orgarl to comb out all of them, and they're like, ooh, 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 ooh. And many of them are yelling in baboon. Remember, keep in mind they're yelling at you in Praxian.
I have an idea, because Orgor has alchemy on 50%. Maybe we have some kind of a anti-knit powder or so.
Well, that's going to require time to make. That's going to require a lot of time to make something. But
But it is
baboons
something later. You could trade with them, definitely.
Yeah, the baboons, but Magnificent Butt says, and that really is his name, Magnificent
Yeah,
Butt.
yeah, I'm sure it is.
Magnificent Butt. Magnificent Butt tells the other baboon, he hits the other baboons, he bites a couple of them, and says stuff in baboon. Does anybody speak beast speech? No, so you got no clue. They hiss and snarl and snap at each other. But finally, the other baboons back away, and Magnificent Butt says, "You are welcome to my area. You are indeed mannered humans,
No, thank you.
almost as civilized as a baboon. Almost.
Our butts are not magnificent enough to be of like.
No, your butts are sad and sorrowful. And if I were you, I would kill myself over the sad and sorrowful state. But you are humans, and you are able to cope with your sad and lame butts. Magnificent Butt says, but I can tell you there are brew in these ruins.
Ooh.
And the giant?
Mhm.
Do you guys know where the
Can
There is a
giant
giant.
he show us
Do you kill
the
the
safe
giant?
passage?
Do you kill the giant? The giant takes food.
We have
the
not
giant-
killed the giant.
No.
You have not.
Where
killed
is
it.
it?
Says the giant lives below. He lives below ground. He comes.
Can you show us a
many vile
safe
things below
passage?
grounds. We will not harm you because you all can groom. Your grooming skills. And he stands up. He puts his hand paw over his heart. He says, "Your groom skills are impressive indeed." And they bow to Orgirl.
Orgar baboon friend. There we go.
Yep.
Yeah,
You have
perfect.
a new thriving
Hey.
business.
And
That's not
actually,
his
even
name.
Magnificent Butt offers. He says, "I will offer I will offer the treasures, the shinies that I have found for this one.
I need my ogre. He's mine.
He's offering it. He says he would be the greatest groomer your species
Look at
has ever
ogre what he
made.
thinks.
He's terrified. He's horrified. He's
He doesn't know that if he come back this way, they'll all be lining up to see him.
Yeah.
But yes, he says there are brew in these ruins. There are bad brew, very bad. All brew are bad. There are bad, very bad brew. There are bad brew, very bad brew, and some of the brew. I've seen some of the brew speak with humans.
Mm.
This is not good. This is. They
Yeah,
are not
that's-
good, and they
that's bad.
cannot brew, cannot groom. No, I know you are shocked too.
We're very
brew.
shocked.
Brew cannot groom.
So we must.
Have you tried?
No.
We will try. They're chaos monsters. We will fight them.
I still ask again, can he show us safe passage through these ruins?
To where? The ruins end in the gate.
There's a road we have to go through, Gina. It's usually
Okay.
The road ends in the gate. The gate is not safe. There's a winged reptile, a giant lizard in there.
I mean, Wind Whisperer, our friend.
He tried to eat Joko.
Oh well, that must have been some sort of misunderstanding.
Well,
But we can talk to him and ask him if he, if that's what
doesn't eat Joko.
If he couldn't
says
stop
he
eating
tried-
Joko.
he says, I will forgive the giant winged lizard if it promises to apologize to Joko.
No.
Well,
I am fair. He says, I am fair.
that'll be an interesting debate.
You can handle that part, Colbrast.
Yeah, I think we might be able to pull that off.
Good. Well,
Yes, this baboon troop, they are willing. Magnificent Butt has decided that you all are, at least for the moment, friendly humans, and he warns you that there are brew in the ruins near the gate. He has seen them. He also warns you about the giant. And he says there are many other things. He says there are many things here, many peoples here. That he has seen trolls, and he has seen walking dead people, which is
we
never
bought
good.
some Walking Dead people today by the hill.
Yes, there's lots of Walking Dead people up on the hill. That's walking. I call this Walking Dead person's hill. I don't know why your people decided to give a hill to Walking Dead people.
They didn't. The Walking Dead took it.
They Magnificent Butt winks as much as a baboon can. He says, yes, they took it.
That's very suspicious.
Says, your ancestors did all sorts of stupid things. You all should have stayed, should have left, should have joined us.
Is that a story you'd be willing to tell us?
Now at this point, Magnificent Butt says, he asks Gina if your servant would groom his number one mate.
What do we get for that?
He'll tell us the
Story.
story.
Shall I?
It sounds interesting.
Sounds interesting.
Mhm.
And I will pull out some of the rations, some of the food that we had brought. Remember, we walked for a few days.
Yeah, no. I mean, what will the party do for Orgo for that?
What do you do for Oldar for that? We keep him alive.
Yeah.
Help him. He gets some of the money. He has a good place to stay. And he has a clientele.
I order Orgo to do that.
Right. So he tells you the story that the first people were the monkeys. And the Monkey King ruled the world. And there were the baboons, there were the gorillas. He says there were the apes that lived in the high trees. And all things were created by the baboons because we were the creators of all civilized things. We built a great city for the Monkey King. We invented everything useful. Everything useful came from us. And the least of the subjects of the Monkey King, that was humans. It was humans. The humans, your ancestors, were very upset because you did not have magnificent butts like the baboon. You were weak and spindly compared to the gorilla. You were even weaker than Mr. Chimpanzee. And your ancestors befriended Trickster.
Mhm.
Your ancestors befriended Trickster, who agreed to make them powerful if they would worship him and grant him power. And so your ancestors brought death into the world and destroyed the great monkey empire because your people, unlike us, people with a magnificent butt, you all follow Trickster, who lied to you all. And now, do you know where you all are? What do you all do? How do you feed? Do you feed in a healthy manner by scrounging around for roots or little animals that you can hunt? What do you have your people do? You enslave yourself to the fields. This is what Trickster got you, my friends. You should have stayed with the Monkey King. You were the best groomers. That is what you should have stayed as. Clearly, or your groomer here, he could have given you such great status. And at this point, Magnificent Butt seems genuinely sad. He says, this is the origin of your people. You all thought that you would make yourselves kings of the world by befriending Trickster. And what did it get you? And he says, that isn't a rhetorical question. What did it get you?
Nothing.
And he looks around at, points around at these ruins. He says, it got you big stones. Lots of big stones. I say this to you all because you all are my friends and good groomers. And boy, that oil smells well. But you humans would be better off if you would simply follow us baboons. And that's his story.
I have a question. What did you mean by the humans placing the undead on Blind King's Hill?
Oh, it's what your people do. It was either you or the trolls. One of you two. Your people place undead there. The trolls place undead over there. It was either you or the trolls. It wasn't us baboons. I guarantee you that. We baboons would never do something as foolish as to summon to make us walk after death. That's the sort of thing only humans and trolls would do. I don't think even the elves are that dumb.
Well, I mean, you're perfectly right to say it's stupid. We don't do that sort of stuff either.
And we have definitely brought people whose job is to make sure that that doesn't happen and to destroy them. Right, Garen?
That's what I'm here for.
Exactly.
Well,
Why I carry iron.
Magnificent Butt says, but if your people or the trolls, could be you, could be the trolls, don't really know which one, but it was one of you two. But if your people didn't have the tendency to put undead on hills, would you really need to wander around? And he looks at you very closely, Garen. Would you really need to wander around trying to kill them?
Magnificent Rear, it is no sin to want to explore the world and to find its strange secrets and its peculiar annexes. There is nothing wrong in curiosity. While perhaps we humans may have strayed in the past, we are also strong and cunning. And what mistakes we have made, we will atone for.
He shrugs at that. He says, well, maybe. But you all are good groomers. You are always welcome in the band of Magnificent Butt. And at this point,
I was very generous of him.
At this point, unless you have more food for him, his inclination is to have his little troop wander off elsewhere into the ruins, because you've listened to his story, you've groomed his number one mate and him, and you've given him some food.
Yep. That's probably enough.
Off we go.
We also want to get back before nightfall.
All right.
Yeah.
It's now late afternoon when you get to Griffin Gate itself. And your friend from it was only this morning that you encountered Wind Whistler before. And of course, Wind Whistler greets you all and wishes to know what you learned.
Well, we have fought bandits, and we have found that the dead walk on the hill. In fact, they're hunting weaker humans, and we destroyed 8 of them and made sure they will never come back. And we also put the ones that they had killed, their bodies to rest. So we have learned that in that hill there is some form of necromancer or undead thing that creates zombies and such, I believe. And that is a very bad thing. We did not actually go to the Flintnail Temple, but I think that it is that tower may have been your tower at some point a long time ago.
Also, they said that, well, what Gina Ghost Friend did was she was speaking to one of the ghosts. Said that they were looking for a golden head.
Wind Whistler muses that perhaps that is a euphemism for some symbol of the sun.
Yep.
Could be.
Or of the dragon, which could be a symbol of the dragon sun. And if it is, he would be greatly in your debt if you could recover that. If that is what it is.
Okay.
If it is just a golden head.
I mean, how much does he know about the runes? Does he can draw, not draw, but tell us a map, something where we could draw a map of?
Once upon a time, that hill was covered in the palace, the palace of a great man, a great one of your people who had made it halfway to becoming a dragon, a great man, and he built his palace atop that hill. But I do not know and do not recall, for it was very long ago, I do not recall the layout of the palace, but once it covered much of that hill.
Okay. Thank you.
And one small thing, we've made some new friends on the way, baboons. You may have met them. And we were wondering if you would be interested in anything in exchange for not eating any baboons.
They are prey animals, are they not?
Well, they seem very clever for prey animals. They can talk. They could even talk to you about trading.
They have a story.
They actually know trade, and they have a story.
He is now Wind Whistler. It says they talk.
Yeah.
They talk.
And they think.
They are animals, are they not?
Apparently
Talking animals.
Intelligent animals.
They serve the Monkey King, or they worship the Monkey King, which was their great time.
I am deeply ashamed. I thought they were animals. They do not have. He is now very upset.
Oh, poor guy.
Sorry about that.
That's the reason why we tell you next time, don't eat them immediately. Talk to them first.
He says, I have done wrong against a thinking species. I ate them without being aware that they were. Wind Whistler is now very sad. He is very sad. You have a 20 meter worm who it seems to him there are rules for eating sentient things.
Mm-hmm.
Shall give Orgor his scales a nice shine.
Yeah.
That help.
And you didn't know, Wind Whistler. You didn't know.
Mistakes are made by everyone.
Yeah.
It is not. It is. Do not think too hard of yourself.
He thanks you for your kind words, and he says, is it then truly your intent to simply explore this area, or is it your intent to settle this area? For if you settle this area, he would hope that you would settle near his gate.
Well, we have been asked by Argrath Argrath, the Prince of New Pavas, has said that we are the ones for this area to guard it, to protect it, and we may settle it. We don't know yet. We are still finding out, and our goal is to see who is there, to see who already lives here, who are friends, who can be allies, and what are the evils and darkness that we must face and deal with.
And you would be honored of having such a wise neighbor, obviously.
He is willing to offer you all to set up within the gatehouse.
That's pretty much a safe place.
Yep.
As any. Oh yeah. Smells a bit of lizard, but I'm okay with that.
I'm not sure they even smell much. It's just kind of a dry smell. Compared to us, we stink a lot more.
He is willing. He finds you all very pleasant company, and that if you wish.
Oh, I just lost everybody.
House.
If
you wish to settle within his gatehouse, he would be very pleased as long as you were willing to have converse with him and tell him who can think and who cannot, and who he should eat and who he should not.
Yeah, I have some ideas on who you could eat.
That one's not very smart. That was
Not really sunny.
But I think this is a good place. You're at the Gatehouse. I think this is a good
Yep.
place for us to wrap up this evening.
Yep.
Well, we definitely thank him for his hospitality and his offer and say it is a gracious one.
certainly is.
Yes, he's a.
And we will.
And Oragirl, by the way, Gina is so thankful that he does not have to shine the scales of a worm.
Good. So we're going back to Pavis.
What we will do is we will end this session here with you guys coming out the gates and returning to New Pavis. I think that is I think that works fine. And then you guys have to decide if you guys are going to head back in again.
Okay.
Oh, we are.
Days or whatever, right? Because some people spend all the rune magic as a problem.
And we have stuff to do. We have new people to sort of, get
And
find out more about them.
And a feed.
Yeah. Well, we got some loot to sell and some trade, so we could definitely do that. So, and we'll work out those details later, I'm sure.
The mint to look at.
Yeah.
I have the high holiday coming up. Storm Bowl.
Storm Bowl is next week.
And the good news for myself and for Ankala is I can get spells back on Storm Bowl's High Holy Day, right?
Well, and then you have the big High Holy Day of Orlanth.
But can
I think this is all stuff and moving forward. Are we good for gaming? I guess the next session will be Wednesday, correct? Next Wednesday?
Yep.
Yep, I'm good for that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, guys. Well, I want to thank everybody for watching this. I want to thank all my players for playing this, and everybody watching this. Neil can give the details.
Well, like, and subscribe. Thanks again, everybody.
Thank you, guys.